Welcome to St. Charles MMA. So today we're going to go over UFC 308 Topuria versus Holloway. We're going to start with the prelims. We're going to go all the way up to the main card, and we're going to predict every single fight. Let's get into it. So first of all, Renat Fakhretdinov versus Carlos Leal. Listen, I really feel like I don't even need to waste my time with this. Carlos, not a bad fighter, 21-5, fought in the PFL. I believe he's the one who fought, if I'm not mistaken, Sabadou Sai. Right, good fighter. Okay, we're not going to smack him around. Okay, it's going to be like the Sabadou Sai fights. Yeah, not really. It's going to be a decision win. 30-27. Leo might show some good moments in there, but he's not going to be able to hang. Okay, Ismael Nordea, Bruno Silva. Listen, I was about to go against Bruno Silva. Okay, he's had bad luck. Lost like, I don't know, his last 4 fights or something stupid like that. But just I think it's been hard matchups for him, as well as just like the Weidman fight was just ridiculous. But Nardeev just lost to a dude who lost to a dude on the Contender Series. Um, yeah, I feel like that's kind of all I need to know. Silva has 120 of his 23 wins by knockout. 2 of his 7 were by KO. So I think this is gonna be a TKO, probably second round. Bruno striking, uh, pretty good comparatively to Nardiev, and I know there's that age gap there, but at this level, right? When you're outside of like the top 15, it really doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. Fareed Basharat versus Victor Hugo. This is a handout for Basharat. It's going to be a 30-27. He's just going to stick on the outside, piece him up a bunch, maybe land a couple takedowns, kind of little pitter patter shots, while he's on the ground. Nothing crazy. It's not going to be nothing crazy. Minus 700, probably pretty accurate for Basharat. He'll get his win. Kennedy Nezuchukwu and Chris Barnett. Listen, initially this was gonna be Tafa Nezuchukwu. I would have went with Tafa. If you saw Nezuchukwu's fight with OSP, where they were just banging back and forth, no. I think Tafa would have knocked this dude out. Regardless of what you think of Tafa. But Nezuchukwu has a 8-inch height advantage, an 8-inch reach advantage over Barnett. Barnett got some long arms for a dude who's 5'9", though. He does. But Nezuchukwu, next level. Better striking. Barnett's probably going to come in there like the limit, right? 265. Nezuchukwu, he fights at light heavyweights. He's going to come in like 230, 233, 234, 235, whatever. Maybe 240 at most. Yeah, I think he's just going to piece Barnett up. Barnett might catch him with something crazy because that's Barnett, but I think Nezuchukwu's going to be able to kind of keep the distance on him, piece him up a bunch, catch him with some nice shots. Yeah, I could see it going to the decision. Maybe 29-28. I think Barnett might get a good round in there. He's pretty wild. Spinning, he'll spin around and stuff. He'll do stuff you don't expect someone like him to do. He'll do stuff that if you fought a dude like him in your dream, this is stuff he would do. You know what I mean? Like spinning and stuff, but like his size, you just wouldn't expect it. All right, Bruno Ferreira, Abu Smagomedov. Listen, don't let the name fool you. Okay, Magomedov, he resides in Germany. That's first off. Okay. Um, he had that really good first round with Strickland, um, which has aged better and better, right? Which with Strickland's performance in the UFC. But Bruno Ferreira hits like a freaking truck, man. And I think Magomedov, his last fight, he showed that he can kind of like stick it out, do a few rounds and just kind of do little piecemeal stuff. Even his fight with Cal Brajo, you know, he could show he can kind of stick in there with someone and not go crazy, not just gas out completely. But I think Bruno Ferreira is just gonna stick on him, stay on him the whole time, and really with Ferreira, it only takes one shot. It only takes one shot. He had that loss to Ruzi Boyev, who caught him early, but I don't think Magomedov's that dynamic the way that Ruzi Boyev caught Ferreira, and I'm sure Ferreira fixed that issue. So yeah, I think Ferreira's gonna probably get him out of there. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it was second, maybe third round, just catch him with something. I could see it going to decision, but I'm leaning more on a TKO in the second or third round. Fajeda, that power is ridiculous. When he knocked out Gregory Rodriguez, I was pissed. I was very upset. I was very upset about that. But he's growing on. He's growing on me. He's growing on me. Mateus Rebecki and Mike Tech Orobai. Listen, listen. Okay, the stats themselves here. I know I was talking earlier saying they don't matter for certain levels, but the stats here just point to Orobai winning. I mean, he got an 8-inch reach advantage, 5 years younger. Like the stats are just in his favor. And I'm looking at Mateusz Rebecki, and I'm like, oh man, he's a pretty solid guy, 19-2. Why he's a plus 255. I'm like, oh, but it makes sense. Orobai is like, he's like this new mythical fighter, right? So people are just excited about him. And I looked at Rebecki's record, and he really hasn't done nothing in the UFC. I'm not saying he's like, you know, like doesn't belong or anything. I'm just saying like he hasn't done nothing. I don't know why I had this idea, but maybe I watched him on the Contender Series, maybe when he had fought some years back. But no, I think Orobai's gonna put it on him. Yeah, Orobai's gonna put it on him. Um, both of Rebecki's losses have been TKOs in his career, so I think Orobai, I think yeah, 6 of his 13 were by TKO or KO, and the other 5 were submissions. So I think Orobai probably gonna get it done. I think second or third round, probably in the second. Just he's gonna catch him with something and just piece up on him, piece him up. He's gonna piece him up, and I think he's gonna flatline him. Actually, I think he's gonna flatline him. Orobai for the win. Jeff Neal, Rafael dos Anjos. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You know, Dos Anjos is just one of those guys. You know, loses to a bunch of top guys, beats Moicano. That win has obviously aged very well, but I don't even think that was the same Moicano we got now. Maybe that's just dumb of me to say, but I don't think that's the same Moicano we got now. I think current Moicano probably trashes current Dos Anjos. Yeah, not trashes him, but TKOs him at some point. I think uh I think Jeff Neal uh I think Jeff Neal's gonna get this done. I think, he's strong, real strong. I think he's gonna catch Dos Anjos with something. I don't think he should be at minus 290. That's kind of crazy to me. That's kind of crazy to me. Um I feel like I would have more as like a plus 150. You know what I mean? Plus 175 or something. I don't feel like it should be that. I think it's gonna be a close fight. I think uh I think it'll probably be a decision. Neil's probably gonna catch him with some stuff and uh, take a round or two because of it. But I think Dos Anjos is gonna have some control time and some takedowns. He'll land a couple shots, and he'll make it a pretty close fight. But I think Neil's with his power and damage. I think he'll do his thing. I think it'll be a 3 round, you know, decent fight, and I think Neil's gonna get him. Neil's gonna get him with a decision, 29-28. Ibo Aslan, Rafael Kirkera. So, you know, I got Ebo. Um, really, I just think Ebo's gonna, um, he has pretty significant volume, at least in the fights that we've seen. Rafael, he's doing what he's supposed to do to the guys in the regional side. He's not struggling. It doesn't look like he's struggling with these guys. He's knocking dudes out. Um, I think he could catch Ebo early, but I think if they just start banging out, I'm gonna lean more Ebo. I'm seeing the couple fights that he has had, and it's actually crazy. He's the underdog. He's actually the underdog, but I think he's gonna get it done. I think he's gonna get it done. I think it's gonna be like a first round knockout kind of thing. But I can see them both just kind of like banging back and forth, but I think Ebo's gonna get the best of them. Shar Magomedov, Armin Petrosian. I got Armin, bro. I got Armin. I got Armin. Yeah, I got Armin. Like, you see the dudes Armin has fought, how he's performed against them, and then you see Shar Magomedov. Like, I'm sorry, but obviously they're building Shara up. I get it. That's totally cool. Like, they do that with some fighters. Totally fine. Some of the dudes Armin has beat, when I think of like Rodriguez, the Gregory Rodriguez fight, I feel like Rodriguez will put work on Magomedov. I think it'll be a good fight. I think it'll be a good striking match. I think, you know, Rodriguez will get, you know, it'll be a fight. But I think Rodriguez would do something serious to Magomedov. So yeah, plus 135. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair, that's fair odds. It's not like crazy like the next one we're gonna see. It's not crazy like the next one, but Petrosian, I got him. I think it's gonna be a decision win. I think it's gonna be 3 rounds. They're gonna go back and forth. They're gonna be catching each other, and what's his name? The Polish dude that Magomedov fought recently. They were gassing up Magomedov in that fight, and he did good, and he won. But I think whoever that Polish dude was, I can't remember his name, but he showed like, yeah, okay, there's some holes here for Magomedov, even in his striking itself. So, um, and that dude he fought at the mall also showed some holes in his striking. So I think Armin Petrosian is gonna get it by decision. That's a good one. It's a good step up in competition for Magomedov, for real. Lerone Murphy, Dan Ige. This is a tough one. I'm not gonna lie, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. You have to ask yourself, okay? Could this headline? It could. Could it headline a fight night? It could. It could. Oh man. And I say that because Danny Gay, when he fights these up and coming dudes and headlines, he tends to lose. Okay, he tends to lose. Now years ago, he beat Barboza, Ige, a Barboza that was probably more in his prime, who was like just in his prime, like 34. Much better Barboza than what Murphy fought. But Murphy absolutely dog walked current Barboza. So it's not like he struggled with him at all. This is a really tough one, I'm not gonna lie. I wanna go Ige. Genuinely I wanna say like no, Ige's gonna put this dude out. But but I think Murphy's just pretty slick. He's a slick dude. He has some good striking, They make fun of him, the English style and all that, but yeah, he's really not bad to watch. I think this will be a better fight than the Barboza fight. This will be a more competitive fight. Um, I think it'll be 29-28 for Murphy. I think Ige will take a round from him. Ige is like one of the gatekeepers, Um, he's a gatekeeper of the top 10, and I think Murphy's gonna get in there, and at 29-28, I don't feel I think minus 290 though. No, yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. I want to hate, but I just can't. Like, it just makes sense. All right, Ankalaev and Rakic. Wow, this is the third fight up on the card. That's awesome. I mean, third fight, from the top. Man, man. Ankalaev is gonna do this dude dirty. He gonna do this dude dirty. I just can't like. I like Rakic. His fight with Prohaska. I mean, he looked great. He came with a style that was good for Prohaska, which is why he was winning until he lost. But yeah, Ankalaev is just he's too good everywhere. And I see this being kind of like a Kutalaba when Ankalaev and Kutalaba fought. I don't think Rakic will necessarily score a takedown like Kutalaba did or attempt one, but um, yeah, Ankalaev, I think, if Rakic comes crazy, and real aggressive like he did against Prohaska, um, I see it first round, second round knockout for Ankalaev, like a TKO. But if he plays it safe, um, I could see it being a unanimous decision for Ankalaev. I'm gonna lean more first or second round knockout for Ankalaev. I really think that Rakic is probably gonna come in, guns blazing, like trying to make a statement. You're in UAE, you know what I mean, like trying really wanting to make a statement. But I really think that I think Ankalaev will put him out. He has the UAE plot armor. So Chimaev and Whitaker. So this fight was supposed to happen before. Listen, I wasn't sure. I was not too sure what to think about this fight. Genuinely, I wasn't sure. Um, but once I saw the photos of Chimaev, where they're making fun of him, saying he looks like a professor of like a university or something, I think Chimaev's gonna put it on Whitaker, bro. I think Chimaev's gonna put it on Whitaker. I really do. Makes me sick thinking about it. He's gonna put it. He's gonna put it on him. He's shown in some of his last fights that his cardio is not bad. The Burns fight, his cardio really ain't too bad. He was taking down Usman like it was nothing, multiple times. And Whitaker ain't Usman. I understand it was a weight difference and all that, and I get that, but it's still Usman. You know what I mean? Like, dude is like not taken down in the UFC until that point. So I think that first round is gonna be a little rough. Um, I know Chimaev usually comes in crazy. I think it's just gonna be a wild round, and I think Whitaker is gonna catch him with some stuff too. Um, but I think ultimately Chimaev is gonna get him down, catch him with some stuff, and I think he's also gonna have something to prove too. I think he may take him down, but I do also think he's gonna be, throwing some hands and like trying to show, yeah, I can strike too. And I think the threat of the takedown, Whitaker is going to be a little bit more on the back foot, trying to land some stuff, but kind of staying safe, staying out of range. And I think Chimaev is just going to get in his face, land some things. They're going to throw back and forth, maybe have some good exchanges back and forth. Um, I can see Whitaker getting cracked and stumbled, taken down, and finished on the cage. Yeah, I see it right now. I see it right now. A bunch of Chimaev left hands. Boom, boom, boom. And Whitaker, he's gonna look like, yeah, he's gonna look like Bulk. I seen it, man. I seen it. I seen it. It's over. Second round. Oh my gosh. Second round. Second round, bro. Whitaker go get knocked out by Chimaev, bro. I said it, okay? It's gonna happen. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. That hurts my soul. Topuria versus Max Holloway. Okay. All right. This is the fight. This is the one. This is it. This is the main event. Topuria first round knockout. No, 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 no. So watch the Josh Emmett fight. with Topuria. Watch that fight, okay? Watch the Emmett fight, and then tell me how would that fight have gone with Holloway? Let's ignore the Volk fight for right now, okay? Let's ignore that for right now. The dude who beat Holloway 3 times, let's ignore that for right now. Okay, it's gonna make sense in a second. Think about the Emmett fight, okay? Topuria and him banging out 5 rounds. Topuria's just busting him up, busting him up, busting him up, busting him up. I mean, he busted him up. They was throwing back and forth. He rocked him a few times. He got hit by Emmett's strikes and was hanging in there. I mean, just thrown right back. Really, really not looking super phased. But how would that fight have gone if Holloway was fighting Emmett? I think it would have been the same thing, just less knockdowns. I think Emmett would have got pieced up the whole time. I think it would have been worse than the Cater fight. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Holloway is going to TKO this dude in the 4th round. And I like Topuria. I like his style. I love his style. I think if he beat Holloway, I mean, oh my goodness. Like, we got like a dude who's going to be next level. His transitions when it comes to takedowns and sprawling is crazy. He looks like a what the hell? His transitions, he looks like a flyweight. He looks like a flyweight when he's doing transitions on the ground. His speed, he looks like a bantamweight, like a fast bantamweight. He's something serious. Like he's no joke. Like he's definitely not over. I don't think he's like overhyped. Minus 245 though. I think that's kind of crazy. I get it. He beat Volk, the dude who beat Holloway, but like I think everyone's aware like Volk's chin was not the same. I think the Volk who had beat Makhachev or didn't beat him, had that close fight with him. That version of Volk, 6 months later, fights Topuria. I think it'd be a different fight. I'm not saying he'd win per se, but I think it'd be a different fight. But anyways, Holloway 4th round TKO. Holloway is they're gonna be thrown back and forth. Holloway's gonna be getting cracked, no doubt. He's gonna be getting cracked. But he's been doing this, and he's only 32 years old. He's not out of his prime. He's still in his prime. Um, Topuria is a great fighter. Reach is the same. There's no real reach advantage for Holloway. He uses his height very well though. He's not super fast, but Topuria gets hit. He gets hit. Their accuracy in terms of significant strikes is about the same. Holloway does have a bit more volume. Topuria he overswings. He's good at keeping his balance, but he overswings a lot. I think Holloway's gonna take advantage of that. I think first round might be pretty close. Um, Second round might be pretty close. But I think Holloway's gonna start. He's gonna be picking up that momentum and catching Topuria even more and more. And then by the 3rd round, I think it's gonna be a clear Holloway round. And I think by the 4th round, um, Topuria's gonna swing a big old right hand or big old left hand. Holloway's gonna throw right over the top. He's gonna kind of shift over to his right a little bit, and then he's gonna left and then right and then left and then right and then left and then right. And then what does Topuria do when he's getting hit? He kind of backs up and sort of resets, and Holloway's gonna still be on him. Bum, 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 bum. He's gonna get him in the corner. Topuria's gonna be swinging. He may even shoot for a takedown. Holloway's gonna get out the way, sprawl a bit, kind of push the head, boom, 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 and he's gonna stop him in the 4th round. TKO. He's gonna keep hitting him. There's gonna be no, Topuria's not gonna be able to catch him, and that's it. 4th round TKO Holloway. That's it for my predictions. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you agree with any of my picks, if you disagree with any of my picks. Thanks for tuning in. See y'all next time. God bless.